All right, today on Heavy Metal Frequency, I'm reviewing Deer and Gray's Uroboros album. They're a Japanese band. I really want to see them. They haven't been back in a long time, unfortunately, and I really wish they'd come back. But they are very difficult to explain. They're one of those bands, kind of like the Beatles, that they have different periods to their music. Also, like the Beatles, each of the 5 band members has a distinct writing style. You can look it up and tell what their writing styles are. And so they have a massively diverse amount of music, and it covers a lot of different genres. Uroboros is their 2008 album. I spent a lot of time in college listening to this. And so it's got some nostalgia for me. A couple of them do, particularly Uroboros and Withering to Death. And so it's very hard to explain because their early stuff is like prog rock, pop, stuff like that, combined with bits of metal. And their later stuff is metal combined with bits of things like prog rock, pop, stuff like that. And so they are a massively diverse band. Uroboros is kind of like I'd say specifically it's a hybrid of progressive metal and dark ambient. There are multiple versions of Uroboros. There's also an extended version, which I will get to that at some point. It's a little bit longer. The intro track Sabir is a little bit longer. Their thesis statement for this was basically, what if Thom Yorke played metal from Radiohead? And so their vocalist Kyo has an enormous vocal range, up there with vocalists like Freddie Mercury, Mike Patton, Christian Alstom from Scar Symmetry and Solution 45, King Diamond, and there's also Kyo. And so they're an amazing band. I really want to see them. I missed a chance to see them in 2011. And as far as this album goes, the album artwork is pretty much an homage to a King Crimson album. And so Sabir is a really neat intro track. Venushka is kind of like a really long doom metal track. It's like 9 minutes or so. Red Soil's got some more Americanized elements to it. That term alternative metal is used way too much. It's massively oversimplified. You look it up and stuff. It's somewhat based off of Faith No More. And so Red Soil has some death metal to it. It's got some atonal bits. Dukoku to Sarunu has I apologize for my pronunciations. It's one of my favorite tracks on this, kind of like a powered ballad type thing. Taguro also has a power ballad type thing. It's got a really nice groove to the song. Kyo has some nice high notes. Glass Skin is basically a synth pop. I consider it like a synth pop song. It's really cool. Stuck Man's like funk rock. It's kind of like a Faith No More style track. Riketsu is really, really good. It's got some like an ambient chill thing, and it goes into death metal. Warayame Tote, it's this really long flamenco song, which is really, really cool. Bugaboo's cool. It's like a death metal song. And then this is really, really cool. There are 2 different versions of Dozing Green. There's an English version, and then there's the Japanese lyric version. But I would actually suggest you get the, if you can find it, you can't find Deer right now, unfortunately, but the extended version is even better than this. But there's so much stuff going on that this isn't even scratching the surface of what's on this album. And so I highly suggest you look it up, buy a copy, because this is an amazing progressive metal plus other stuff album. And this time signature cannot do it justice. Thank you.